And we're back, and I'm wearing a different peacock-colored shirt. Don't you love it? We're reading Almost Odis by me, Dusty Thompson. If you're following along, we're on page 89. We are reading the blog dated Wednesday, February 15th, 2012, titled English as a Second Language? Question mark. I ask a lot of questions in my blog. I want you to think. Use your little gray cells, like Poirot taught us. I was reminded again just the other day how my family has a folksy vernacular. An odd combination of country, redneck, and southern that is peppered with words I believe we may have invented. I was sitting at the dining table talking to my friend Adam, and the dad was looking at my magazine. It was the latest edition of Vanity Fair, and it was, unfortunately, turned to the page which features photos of some of the contributors. As a rule, writers are not an overly attractive subset of humanity. Obviously, present company excluded. I'm an adorable writer. There are exceptions, of course. John Grisham and I are among those who are considered attractive. He's cuter than me, but whatever. Well, more attractive than J.R.R. Tolkien, I imagine, and Truman Capote. I am certain. He was talented, but woo, he was not cute. When he saw the photo of one particularly unfortunate-looking individual, he said, "Woo! She's so ugly she make a Hank take a thorn thicket." I'm not sure if he has regressed since my mother's passing, or if he always talked this way and I chose to ignore it, but sadly I knew exactly what he meant. Adam, who is a graduate of Northwestern University in Chicago, seemed confused and very quietly asked if the dad were having a stroke. I laughed and explained the definitions of both haint, which is a ghost, and thorn thicket, something akin to a flowerless rose garden, all thorns. Well, I am not certain of the accuracy of his statement. I mean, why would it concern a ghost to run into the brambles, seeing as how they aren't really wearing sheets? I found it interesting. I knew exactly what he was talking about. A lot of Southerners probably do. Once the dad retired to his room to sleep, Adam asked me why he used such odd phrases, but I didn't. Well, I could fill up a book about the inherent differences between my father and me. You are reading it right now. Congratulations. This question caused me to review the words and phrases my family uses fairly regularly, some of which may be familiar to all my Southerners out there. Juvas, which is nervous. Tukey, which means persnickety. Runt, which is how you say ruined, could be in reference to a person, place, or thing. I swanny. It's an exclamation like, "My goodness," or "I swear," or in the case of Jane Strawn of Bogota, Texas, who I adored, may she rest in peace, "My lands." I always loved it when she said that. Hey, Carolyn and Sharon, I miss your mama. Wampy jaw, which means askew. See also cattywampus. Chicken duty. Any unidentifiable spot on your dress, car, shoe, or sidewalk does not refer to actual poultry excrement. Remember, they used to say, "There's something on my shirt." Probably just a little chicken duty. Fine as frog hair. Said in response to "How are you?" The joke being, frog hair is so fine you can't even see it. It's not as funny as the dad thinks it is, and he's the only person I have ever heard use that. Ain't fit to shoot. Not even good enough to bother with wasting bullets. See also trifling, low down, and no good. In a toot means you're in a bad mood. My dad was in a toot most of my life. And still is. I talked to him yesterday. He was in a toot. Going to town. Leaving your home in search of something to purchase and or eat, regardless of whether you reside within the city limits or not, stemming from the youth spent in the boonies. I still tell Ben when I'm going to the store, "I'm going to town, you want something?" and he thinks I'm insane. Boonies. My definition is living so far outside the city limits, wild animals question your presence. Coke. Any flavor of carbonated beverage. Yankees refer to it as soda or pop. We mock those Yankees, sometimes to their faces. Because in the South you say, "Do you want a Coke?" And the person says yes, you say, "What kind?" And it's Dr. Pepper, Sprite, or whatever. And if you actually want a Coca-Cola, you say you want a Coke. And if you don't know what that means, I'm just shamed for you. Start talking differently. Follow what I'm teaching you. Beautimus, which is very attractive. Examples include Linda Evangelista, Jacqueline Smith, and my niece Peyton in Texas. Hey, Peyton. She's beautiful. Hootie Tootie, which is extra fancy. See also hoity-toity or foo-foo. I am Hootie Tootie, in case you didn't know. Uppity, extra fancy but in a condescending manner. My family calls me uppity as well. They are condescending when they do so. I take it as a compliment. Lord, a version of Lord, which is a version of my Lord or my God, sometimes shortened to law. Out of sheer laziness, I suppose. It's hilarious when Ben says it now. I've taught him to be a redneck. Feel free to use these words and phrases in casual conversation to confuse or intimidate frenemies, future in-laws, or people eavesdropping at Starbucks. I would caution against using in the workplace, as you may be demoted. I'm not ashamed of my upbringing, but I know enough not to say "I reckon" beyond the comfort of a Tractor Supply store or a conversation with someone named Herschel or Odis. How else do you think I got to be so hooty-tooty? The dad accuses me of, on a continuous basis, of forgetting where I'm from and often tells me I'm rude when I call him a redneck. However, I explained to him that he is indeed a redneck, and nobody would disagree with that. He's a redneck by anyone's definition, so I'm just being honest. Judgmental, but honest. And isn't that part of what makes me me? I think so. As much as I put on, I am glad I grew up in the South, and I am, in the deepest recesses of my heart, a good old boy. A little bit. I just prefer to show my Southern pride through wearing a seersucker. Can I get an amen? And that's it for today. Thank you very much. See you next time.